Hi, third graders. Today is a Monday for you, I believe. I'm checking. Yes, it's a Monday for you. I'm filming this on a Friday. I filmed the videos a little bit earlier so they're ready to be posted right away in the morning for most of you. If you hear anything crazy, my cat is racing around the house, flinging dog food and playing with it. So if you hear any strange noises, that is most likely what it is that you're hearing. And if I can get him on camera doing his craziness, I'll show you a little bit. Right now, he's stopped and staring at me and hiding behind a wall. So we'll see. It's a little crazy in my house today. Now, we had read chapters 9 and 10 of Charlie and Chocolate Factory. We had read them on Friday, and in the Friday video, I had said that you could answer the questions early if you wanted. So some of you might be doing this on that Friday. Some of you might have waited for Monday because you wanted to have a little more free time on Friday. That's fine with me. I was okay with either one. I just wasn't going to post the assignment until Monday. And now it's Monday. So today we are going to answer the questions for chapters 9 and 10 in our packet, and they're right here. It's only the first half of the page. You can see the bottom next is chapter 11 there, and we haven't read that yet, so we're not going to do it. Now, this is in that packet, and if you flip once, twice, it's right there, and it should say 9 through 11 on the top. Now, in chapter 9, it was called Grandpa Joe Takes a Gamble. Now, with this one, Grandpa Joe calls over Billy. They say he beckons him over, and that's where you call someone over. And he goes, Billy, I've got something. And he rummages under his pillow and gets out this ancient leather purse, which is part of question 1. So I'm going to give a little summary review of the chapters to kind of help refresh our memory, because I know that it can be a little hard. And I'm going to try and do this every time we do comprehension questions now, is to give a little review so that it helps you answer these questions a little better, because I know it can be tough when you have a weekend or 4 days in between hearing the story and answering the questions. So I'm going to try and give you a little help. So, chapter 9, Grandpa Joe Takes a Gamble. He gets out that ancient leather purse, and he says, Billy, I got something. And he opens it up, and there's something in there, and it is a 10-cent coin. And in this 10-cent coin, he's like, I really want you to run to the store and get some chocolate. As he's like, I think we can do one more shot. And during this whole time of them talking about this chocolate, they're going, we have no chance at all. We have no chance at all, but there's still a little hope. And I had talked to you about, you never know unless you try. You never know unless you put in that effort and try. You might fail. It might not go the way you want, but it could also go the other way where, you know what? You win, or you're awesome at a new sport, or you learn something new, or you find out that you're great at sewing or knitting. I had a student, he's a 5th grader. He tried sewing and he made this awesome new invention with it, and he'd never done it before, but he tried it. He didn't know if he'd be good, but he tried and he succeeded. Sometimes you try and fail. Like, I tried playing basketball and being on that sports team when I was in 7th grade. I failed epically, and I knew basketball's not the sport for me, but I still tried. And I had a lot of fun that year with all the friends I made on that team. So he goes, I have this 10-cent coin in my purse. It's like a little wallet. Go to the store and get chocolate. So Billy runs the store, and not 5 minutes later, he's back with this with the chocolate. And they are going back and forth like, there's slim chances we're going to get this, but there's still that little hope. And they're kind of giggling as they do. And they peel off a little, and then they finally get it open, and the only thing in there is chocolate. And they both just start laughing because it was like crazy. It was so crazy that they thought they could do it, but they never really had a chance, and they laugh. So that's how that chapter ends. And then we go on to chapter 10, where the family begins to starve. Now, this whole book, it's kind of giving us a little more information about, I keep wanting to call him Billy, so if I accidentally call him Billy, my 5th graders are reading a book with Billy as a character, and my brain's all over the place. So we're in Charlie. Charlie and his family don't have money. And we find out that Charlie's dad loses his job at the toothpaste factory. The factory closes down, and Charlie's dad tries to get other jobs, but the only job he can get right now is shoveling snow. And he only gets paid a quarter of what a family this size needs. So that's not a lot. They have not a lot of food to survive on, and they eat cabbage stew at most meals, which is, like I explained, the vegetable cooked in water, usually, and maybe a little salt and pepper, and a piece of bread for breakfast, half a boiled potato for lunch. Not a lot of food. And Charlie is a very sweet, kind, and caring boy, and he won't accept any handouts from his family members. And with that, he's described by Roald Dahl, the author, who does a fantastic job of using words that are unique and creative to describe the setting and characters. And he says that Charlie is kind of like a skeleton. You can see his bones through his skin because he's lost so much weight, and he's almost like a pale white because he's losing all the color because he's not getting enough vitamins and nutrients. So he looks very sick. And his grandpa and his dad and everyone's talking like he needs more food before he gets dangerously sick. Because if you don't get enough food, you can really, really, really get sick. So they talked about that, and that kind of gives you a hint on why they began to starve. And then Billy is walking to school, and he's decided to save his energy. He's no longer going to run. He's no longer going to play at recess because he's not getting enough food to give him enough energy to be able to do these things. You need food in order to run and play and have fun. He doesn't have that because he's not eating. So he takes an extra 10 minutes to walk to and from school. And he's walking home from school one day, and he sees this green little piece of paper sticking out of a snow pile. It's buried under it. And he looks, and it's a $1 bill. And he looks around, and no one's looking for it. People are just walking by. And he says it's buried in the snow, so it's been there for a while. And he picks it up, and he thinks to himself, okay, do I take this $1 and go to the store and get a chocolate bar? Try one more time. One more chance to get that golden ticket. And then the rest for food, or do I just go home with it? I think his family is starving. So does he waste 10 cents of that? Because a candy bar costs about 10 cents during this time with Charlie. Or does he save it all for his family? So that's kind of what we end up with. Chapter 11 is where we're going to find out what he does with that dollar bill. You'll have to find out in the next video, which will be posted tomorrow. But now we're going to get to the questions. I hope that me reviewing didn't give away all the answers, but kind of helped you remember what happened. Because like I said, I know that it's tricky with me splitting these up to different days. But my goal with that is to not overwhelm you with work every single day. I don't want you to have to do 45 minutes of work for me on top of everything for class, because that's just a lot. So that's why I'm kind of splitting it up the way I do. Now you have 4 questions today. And if you need any help with these, feel free to call into my Google Hangout. I miss seeing you, and you're welcome to join me there. Or you can email me or comment in Classroom, and I'll get back to you. So I'll read these questions to you now. Number 1, what was in Grandpa Joe's ancient leather purse? Ooh, I gave you that answer earlier in this video. So what did he have in there for Charlie to use? And I want a complete sentence. So he had blank. Okay. Number 2. Why did Grandpa Joe and Charlie burst into laughter? One sentence there. Why did they laugh? So this is during the time that they're opening up the chocolate, and they open it up and see no golden ticket. Why did they laugh at that? Chapter 10, question 1. Why did the family begin to starve? I told you that. In this video today, I reviewed that in that chapter. So what led to them beginning to starve? They had less money because of a certain reason. If you need to flash back to 4 minutes ago, you can rewind. I don't know if it was actually 4 minutes ago in this video, but. Number 2, your last question for today. What did Charlie find on the ground? What would he do with it? So, he sees something on the ground, which I told you in this video also, and what did he do with it? write that on there. So he found a blank, period. He did blank with it. Okay? 2 sentences on that last one since there's 2 questions. Okay. Answer these 4 questions. And then I had my fourth graders share me a picture of this to show that they're doing their work, but I trust that you're doing it because if you're checking in with me, I know that you've been doing your work. So you don't need to do that if you don't want to, but I like to see your answers, so you're welcome to send it to me as well. Some of you have been doing that, and that's fabulous. And like I said, if you have any questions, reach out to me or Mrs. Sybil if you don't have Miss Sybil for this one. Reach out to me, and I can help you out with any of these questions. Keep up the great work. I wish that we were doing these and some of the other activities that I normally do during this time of year together in my classroom. But unfortunately, we're doing distance learning. So next year, when you're in 4th graders, I'll save some of those other activities and we'll be back together again in my room. And you'll be in my hallway next year as 4th graders. If you go to ICA Intermediate School. School for All Seasons, you'll still be in School for All Seasons hallway. Okay. Like I said, keep up the great work. I'm very proud of all of you, and I miss you. Have a great day. Bye.